Alright, what's up guys? It's Absolutely Alpha here, and we're back with part 2 of Hytale UHC, and we're just going to be talking about, like as in the last video, whether this can happen or not. Before it starts though, today's Monday. The Hytale announcement trailer is just shy of 5 million views, and it's not even been a full week. That's crazy, and you know what this means for us guys? This means we could actually have a player base on Hytale. Unlike Minecraft right now, for multiplayer aspect anyway. Not to mention the just freaking um, survival aspect. So, last time we covered what I thought the 10 main things were for Minecraft UHC and like the characteristics of it. And so, what we'll be doing in this episode, or part, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be taking those 10 things and seeing if they're in Hytale or not. So, the first thing is an open natural world. Now, we know Hytale has an open natural world just from watching all this, like boom, this right here is vast and spacious, and there's not gonna be a problem with that. Now, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if these are infinite worlds like in Minecraft, or if there will end up being a border limit. But either way, that's not applicable to UHC aspect because the open world ain't that open. So we got that down pat, and we know we're gonna be good there. All right. So number two is PVE potential. Now, like I said, we're seeing here, boom, we already have PVE right there. Just the aspect of it, we see combat, and this troll looks pretty menacing and looks like it actually, compared to the zombies nowadays that we can easily kill, this looks a lot more like the skeletons in UHC that you would block up from because you were scared you might take half a heart or a heart of damage. That's what it looks like right now. I don't know if that shield negated all the damage or but that right there clearly shows we're gonna have a whole lot of potential for PVE. I don't know um, if it'll only be certain biomes where we actually have to deal with PVE or if it's gonna be every biome, but I think it'll probably end up being every biome. So we definitely got a check mark there, and that's gonna be a lot more like older UHC. Number three, last man standing with the Ender Dragon. So we already know that last man standing, that you can make that happen with in a Hytale. Um, Whether survival multiplayer, that's not fully the idea, but it can easily be coded. And then what I think would kind of be a unique idea is to kind of go back to the days of old, because right now you see, they're fighting this dragon right now, a group of like 3 or 4 people. Imagine if you had a 3-hour game where everyone was running through the world to get materials and supplies to come kill this dragon. And I don't know where necessarily it may lie, but that would be pretty epic. So I would honestly be almost more excited to see the final fight be PvE over a PvP and fight. So we know we could really have either aspect. This you could either try to kill the first boss in Hytale for to win UHC, or it could be last man standing. But either way, both of those options work. So for Hytale. So number three, we have that too. I'm finished so the logo plays out because that looks epic. Number four, and that's a fast-paced combat system. Now, they don't really go into too much of combat. Like I said, the only real combat perspective we have is this right here. So we see some jumping action. So you can jump while you're running. You see that he dodged the mob's attack here. Now, for PvP, it probably is a lot more difficult to dodge that attack. But and we see he takes a couple swipes right there in a third person perspective, and then the difference is all of a sudden, boom, we go into this first person perspective. So this raises a couple questions. Is the primary gameplay third person, or is the primary gameplay first person? We're not too sure. We're not sure if it's just like Minecraft where there's a toggleable button to switch perspectives. But this is the taste that we get. We see some pretty fast sword swinging here, guys. While it doesn't necessarily look spammy, like, the guy shaking his sword 5 times a second on the screen, we clearly see a hit there, a hit there. Within the span of a second, we saw at least 2, if not 3 hits, and that's the same speed of Minecraft attacking in 1.7, 1.8 PvP. We also see shields from 1.9, which I thought shields were kind of cool. It's just they kind of ruined the combat system. So, But this looks pretty solid. Swipe, swipe. It looks honestly really neat. So I'd argue that as of now, they have a fast-paced combat system that is successful. Like I said, they're planning on changing it based on what the community wants, but overall, that looks pretty solid to me, and I would be happy with that combat system currently. Like I said, we don't know fully too much about it, but overall, I would take it. So the next thing is a shrinking border with a 2-hour maximum time. So Badline UHC's had the biggest border of a 3,000 block radius. Um, Now, I do see some problems with this in Hytale, which I don't know if that's just me, but looking here, let's skip a little bit more towards the map. We see a lot of different biomes, and when I say a lot of biomes, I mean a lot of biomes. And so this raises a question. So we got them running through a forest here. We got another forest, a swamp, this, boom, ocean. Like looking at this. This is massive. This is a massive biome right here. My only concern is if they have like some deserts without trees and they span thousands and thousands of blocks. And we also don't know how fast you can progress in the game. Now, it took Minecraft. It took like, 4 or 5 episodes before people were full diamond, of a SMP or a single player game back in the day. And now we can get full diamond within 2 hours of playing a UHC. So, I'm not entirely sure how fast paced this will be geared in order for UHC to be possible. But like I said, the only concern I really have is the border size. I feel like the border size may not be big enough to support 300, 400 players. Like we may need to increase the border to a 5,000 or 6,000 block radius, over double that. Like and then the second problem with that issue is that it's so vast that with the border shrinking, the games are going to be well over 3 hours, and that might be hard for some people to make the time. So I don't know how transportation will work, if it's easy to get horses, but like you look right here, transportation is going to be very difficult if you got to go from this side over there. You might be able to wrap around, but like that. So if that means they have to cut some biomes out in order to make UHC better, I'm okay with that as long as that biome doesn't add anything significant to the game. Which in Minecraft, jungles weren't too significant. Like, you could cut out oceans and that kind of thing because they weren't that significant. But it looks like in Hytale, every biome has a key significance to the game, and so getting rid of one may completely change the way Hytale was meant to be played. Not that that's necessarily bad, but there's that. Alright, so next we have searching for gathering for resources. So, we see right here, we have this man chopping trees. We have this girl breaking a stone. For the most part, resource gathering appears to be the same. The only thing I'm interested in is really just how, like, for Minecraft, you get some iron armor, you get some diamond armor, you get a diamond sword, you're done. However, that's entirely opposite with Hytale. Resource gathering is going to be much more difficult. As far as we know now, there are no enchants. There's not an enchant table. That's a huge part of UHC right now. If you don't have enchants, you're dead. Like, you cannot win without an enchant table unless you're balling on a My Man Club game now. So, it's going to completely change the game. And that's not something that they could I don't think that's something they could necessarily add. I mean, you could, but that's something I'm going to talk about later. So as of now, for number 6 here, you're clearly going to have search and gathering for resources. That criteria is met, but it's going to be so much more difficult and vast, which is actually good for the game. Alright, so next we have number 7, low to medium amounts of RNG. We really don't know this now. This isn't really something you can tell. We know there's enough biomes to where what biome you spawn in will be some RNG, but we don't know how the crafting advances. We don't know how long it takes you to get geared. Like, there's just so much we don't know. How long did it take them to get this house set up? Maybe it took an hour, maybe it took 10 hours. We really don't know the pace at which the game plays. So that, we can't really answer that question about how much RNG there is. But from the looks of it, there's going to be a lot. Alright, so number 8, and the basic meta of the game. So as I already mentioned earlier, your basic meta is punch some wood, get some apples and books, go down, get iron armor, get enchants, get diamond armor, get some healing, and then go fight. Right now, we don't know if golden apples exist. right now. We don't know if natural regen even exists in the game. It may not that I'll talk about that later anyway. But we don't know. We know diamond armor doesn't exist. And I don't know if I'll show that in this video or not, but they already like talked about what some of the precious metals are in on the website. Diamond is not one of them currently. That could change, but as of now, I don't think it will change. I think they want to just go different from Minecraft. So, and we don't really see any enchants in this house. And from what we've looked at on the website and on here, I see no resemblance of enchants. So there's no need to go get cows and sugarcane. Doesn't look like you're gonna need books. We don't know how healing, if there's like special items that you can use to heal on here. So right now, the meta is completely changed, and that's good. And so I'm gonna go ahead and go on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is something I did want to talk about by the end of the video. So I had a friend yesterday who was talking to me and was like, "Oh, I really don't like Hytale because it's gonna really hurt the UHC community and Minecraft UHC specifically. And I don't want to play Hytale UHC. It's just gonna be so much different. You know, look at all these spears and all these staffs and all this crazy stuff." And I understand. You know, he's played Minecraft UHC for probably like 4 or 5 years. Really into it, really enjoys it, and so to see that game go and something else completely different replace it, it's kind of weird and confusing. But so if that's what he looks for, odds are you could almost perfectly recreate Minecraft UHC in Hytale here. You just change how the biomes are generated. Like, it looks like there's so much customization. You could make the biomes look pretty close to a regular Minecraft Plains biome or a regular Minecraft forest. Tweak it up a little bit, you know. But the only problem with changing all those things, there still will be some things like mobs in here are going to look a little bit and act a little bit different. But the problem with making it just like Minecraft UHC now is that we won't gain a player base. If someone's been playing Hytale for a couple weeks, they say, "Oh, UHC, what is this?" They come and watch it and play it, and it takes out half of the elements of Hytale UHC. I mean, just Hytale. Why would you play it? There's for me, I don't see any desire to play Hytale UHC when half of what Hytale features and offers is gone. So that's why, and I think Hytale UHC is gonna have to be different from what we know now in order for the community to grow and for it to just simply be enjoyable. There's no reason to dumb Hytale down to a over 10-year-old game. There's no need to do that. We should be striving for something new, even though it means change. And the good thing about that change is going to be the fact that it's new and fresh. When we look back at Minecraft UHC, where it first started, no one mined full diamond on there. The best you did maybe come out with one piece with enchants, and that was after like 2 hours of mining. Nowadays, you look at an average, on a mining club, the rates are basically vanilla. Everyone after an hour and a half, less time than that, comes out of the cave with full diamond, half prot 2 at least, if not, super more stacked than that. And the only difference is probably sugarcane rates are a little bit higher, and there's not as many mobs. And so we've evolved over 5 years so far that the game now, the skill cap is entirely different. You look at Fortnite. For Fortnite, the first month it was out, Ninja looked like a legend. He looked insanely good at the game. However, a year later, the average, either the average or the slightly above average player, I'm not sure which it is, probably average, I haven't played Fortnite in a while, is better than Ninja was when the game first came out. That's how rapid the skill cap is going up and has advanced. And overall, that makes the game slightly less enjoyable, so I don't want to see that here on Hytale. I don't want to see the old version of UHC come here, because then that means the skill caps it's already skewed. Any new player who comes is going to get completely demolished and end up probably not enjoying the game. As opposed to if we basically reset the game to Hytale's characteristics and features, then everyone's going to start on a low playing field. The UHC players will have a slight advantage because they understand how Minecraft worked, and Hytale will work very similarly. And so they'll be like, Ninja's level, but it'll be reachable and attainable. Anyway, so that's my little rant there for the meta. Next, we have number 9, which is a large player count. Now, we know a large player count can get reached. We see like 12, 15 players here doing whatnot. We see surroundings, and then boom, right here, you already see like there's at least, I can't tell how many that is, but that's probably at least 100 different people, and they're in a pretty small enclosed area. So getting a large player count does not seem that it will be difficult to do on Hytale. So I think that's pretty probable. And then lastly is no natural region. There's not really a way for us to know, but if you have extensive modding, you're definitely gonna be able to disable natural region, and that may not even be a part of the game. They may already have region disabled. Now I don't think they will, but they could. We don't know. So that right there rounds out the 10 things. After reviewing this list, we saw that basically every single one of these can be met in some way. So really the conclusion to come here is just that it's going to be different. Like you already see, this is not a Minecraft Steve character. It's just going to be, UHC can happen. It will happen, but it won't be Minecraft UHC because it's in Hytale, which that sounds obvious, but most people are probably expecting a slight change to Minecraft UHC, but this is going to be drastic. It's going to have these same core elements, but the meta will change. What you're trying to, like, you're not going to be trying to, I don't think, find an enchant table. You're probably going to be trying to get some super OP axe. Let's see, where is... Oh, they have a list of really sick weapons in here. Boom. You're probably going to be trying to get this runic sword. And see right here, we already see there's copper, iron, thorium, cobalt. Cobalt's probably going to be the new diamond sword. That's what it appears to be here. You have stone, iron, diamond, and I guess better than diamond. Not fully sure how those are going to work, but that's essentially what we're trying to do here, guys. So anyway, I think that about wraps up this episode. There's not too much else. I think I might explain in the next one what I think Hytale UHC is going to be like based on these images, because there's so many things here to concept art to talk about. Like, they really splurged on us with the concept art, which I'm so thankful about. And then there's a couple other things like the UI and that kind of thing to talk and discuss about. But anyways, guys, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. In case you couldn't tell, that was not scripted at all. A complete change from last episode. I just felt like I spent so much time writing the script, and then my read through of it didn't really even sound as good as I wanted. So I think I did a lot better with this one. I feel like it was, even though it was a lot longer, and probably most people didn't watch through, which I completely understand. I don't know if I could watch through 17 minutes of someone I've never, for most people, someone I've never seen before, besides my subs. But overall, I was really happy with how this video ended up. Let me know what you thought about it, and if you liked it. But I think that's about it. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a part 3 or not. I don't know if that's something I wanted to. It's really hard for me to decide, but definitely happy with this part 2. Definitely gonna be talking about more Hytale sometime in the near future, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. I don't really care about the notification bell, but you can like the video too if you want. Anyway, that's about all. Thanks for watching.